author and nutritionist Robert Ferguson. Please welcome Robert Ferguson.
All right, y'all, let's hear it for America's Fat Loss Coach, Robert Ferguson!
Boom! Oh, hey, everybody. This is Roberto Lorenzo Ferguson. I'm a guy who cares, and that's why we share. And this is Fat Loss Friday. Fat Loss Friday. Yeah. And I began my day drinking water and getting set up for this 8-week fat loss challenge that starts on Monday. So if you're catching this on the last day of March, you have time. Register now, and as soon as you log in, you'll see steps 1 through 4. Complete those steps. It sets you up so that on Monday you wake up, you know exactly what to eat, you know exactly what to do as far as movement. You are ready and you are rocking and rolling. Okay, so now if you got questions while you're catching me, then bring them. Before I jump into it and start sharing, I want to give a shout out to Miss Sandy Silver, because I'm going to talk about how to maximize your fat burn and your metabolic health. And I'm going to do that as a series going on and on and on. Okay, how to maximize fat burn and metabolic health. Now, when people hear fat burn, they have something in mind. When they hear metabolic health, some people are like, I don't know what that means. Is that my metabolism? Like, what is that? So if you know what metabolic health is and you're catching me, do me a favor. And I want you to let me know what you think it is. And you may be 1,000% accurate. If you know, I want you to share. And before I go into exactly what metabolic health is and what I mean by maximizing fat burn, I want to share something with you about nutritionists, dietitians, and this is a follow-up to a post that I made. And the reason why I made the post I want to share, because there's a lot of people that are out there sharing information. A lot of people promoting a lot of things when it comes to your health. Keywords, your health, because that's what we're talking about. You must become your own health advocate. Now, I personally don't have all the answers, but what we have done is we created a methodology, a way of eating in a way that you can improve your metabolic health and you can lose weight, right? Get rid of excess body fat without really feeling like you're on a diet. And people who have experienced this over the years have gone off and done different things, but the large majority of them always come back. Always. They always come back, because once you see something and you realize a truth, you can't unsee that. Now, you can go and try some different things. Maybe some friends are trying this and that, but you're going to come back. Now, this happens all the time. I'm talking to clients. They're telling me about their experiences, and they talk to a nutritionist or a dietitian, and they're not getting accurate information. And when I say accurate, I'm talking about is not evidence-based. There's no data to support it anywhere. And if it is evidence-based, which basically means data that comes before what you're talking about, is not clinically proven. So I take great pride in the fact that the diet-free life methodology is evidence-based and clinically proven to do all the things that we talk about on a large level, on a small level. That's powerful. So when we get new coaches who become nutritionists with us, they learn the diet-free life methodology. They're mostly mentored by myself and soon by some of our master coaches. And they're teaching something that is evidence-based and clinically proven. They're not making up stuff. They're not out there guessing and hoping. It's proven. So I know in my city where I live and in most places where I travel, I don't know any registered dietitians, clinical nutritionists that can say evidence-based and clinically proven. Now, they can say it fits the U.S. dietary guidelines, and I can say the exact same thing. But there is a huge difference in what we do and what a whole bunch of other people are doing. And that's not to knock them. Most of them have no idea about the diet-free life methodology. If they did, I'm sure they would see the value in it. Now, most recently, the information that was given to one of my client's sister was information that was just 1,000% not accurate. And that was from a registered dietitian. And I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to, because not all are not good. Many of them are good. I have a lot of friends who are registered dietitians and nutritionists, quite a few of them. And many of them have become diet-free life coaches, meaning they've been certified as nutritionists, health and weight loss coaches with our methodology. It's called the DFL, for Diet Free Life Institute. And so in our training, we train you on the methodology. And that's why a lot of times the people who have already been successful as a client become amazing coaches, because if you know the methodology, then it's just a matter of being trained on our curriculum and then how to interact and work with people. And then it's ongoing, because I make sure that I'm always available to help people as you're helping people. Now, I had this other client was telling me about a recommendation she got from this nutritionist who had gone through this integrative nutrition program, which sounds great. And I'm familiar with quite a few of them, but it's just more information. There is no methodology that they're trained on. Everybody kind of goes and figure out their own thing. And that's what makes us so unique and so valuable for a lot of the bigger insurance plans, the hospital plans, is because we can scale it. And what I mean by that is that we are validated, we're verified, and reproducible. So let's say Sharon, who is right there, what's up, Sharon, who's down 100 pounds. She's a client. Let's say Sharon decides, I'm going to become a coach. She already knows the methodology. She's actually lived the methodology. So now Sharon's going to apply and start working with people. Well, when she starts working with people, she's not guessing. She knows the methodology. So it's just a matter of getting them on board and then pivoting. And that's what we mean by reproducible. So if Sharon has a client named Pam in Arizona, and I have a client named Ruben in Jackson, Mississippi, we're teaching the same methodology and the outcomes are the same. That's reproducible. And that is very valuable to big companies when you have everyone on the same mindset. And you're not avoiding carbs, you're not avoiding food groups. We're compliant with the US dietary guidelines. It does not get any better than that. So when I share that post, I'm going to be talking about this more because it needs to be talked about. That's what makes us unique and very, very helpful to the masses. Everyone can learn how to live a diet-free life. That means people can reverse type 2 diabetes. And if you follow me at all, you don't see a whole bunch of other people like myself that are talking about, like last year we had 12 people that we fully reversed their type 2 diabetes. We have 15 people that got off statins. 123 people are no longer taking metformin. And I believe 109 people are no longer taking blood pressure medication with our methodology. And that's just from my coaching. That's not taking into account other people's coaching. As I was talking to like Susie, she's seeing amazing results as a coach with her clients and their blood sugar levels and all of that. And then you talk to all the other coaches, I'm hearing the exact same thing from all of them. And then what it comes down to is how can we keep people engaged so they have the time to stay the course and get these amazing outcomes? Well, one, our philosophy is that it's not a diet. And inside of that philosophy, we meet people where they are, right? That's our philosophy. The psychology is not a diet, right? And then we meet people where they are. That's our philosophy. And then the methodology, as I keep saying, evidence-based and clinically proven. Now, to say that out loud doesn't mean much to the average person. They're like, oh, okay, what does that mean? And then you may see other people or programs say evidence-based, meaning they're drawing from previously documented studies with outcomes or research, but you don't see clinically proven, right? You have to have third parties in place. It's got to be controlled in a way where you're taking in the markers and not me as a company, right? It's like Dr. Atkins years ago did a study and it got published, but he paid for it and it was all about his outcomes. So we can say that that's bias. When you have other parties involved that are like taking in the data, publishing the data, and then putting it out, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. So yes, I'm very proud about what we do, and I'm very proud of the nutritionists that I work with who are part of our family and who are out there helping the masses. And we're not lying. We're helping people and making a difference in their lives. So as I do this series on maximizing the fat burn, we're talking about fat burning, getting yourself to a place where you are able to primarily burn fat instead of primarily burning carbs. You become a fat burner instead of a carb burner. A large majority of the people who are catching this and are out there living, they're carb burners. I'm a carb burner. So I eat in a way that I'm a fat burner. And if that doesn't make sense, that's why we have this unique thing called a carb threshold report. And you don't have to be a client to get the carb threshold report. You just go to our store and you can learn all about it. But once you get the carb threshold report, it's like lab work. It tells you if you are a fat burner or if you're primarily a carb burner. And then it puts you in a position where you know if you have insulin resistance and at what level. And if you don't, then you're insulin sensitive, which is where we all want to be. And then you have a clearer understanding on how you can eat to keep your body in fat burning mode seriously, based on real data being collected and then put in front of you. And that's a unique thing, right? And part of that report is that you get your carb threshold score, which goes from 0 to 100. And no matter what your score is, the goal is to increase that number. And as you increase that number, your metabolic health improves. So what is metabolic health? We're talking about insulin resistance. We're talking about your cholesterol, your triglycerides, your blood pressure, your hemoglobin A1C, your insulin levels, your fasting glucose. We're talking about your overall health, all the things that doctors are wanting you to improve. That's metabolic health. So getting rid of excess body fat, improving metabolic health, and hopefully not feeling like you're on a diet. And when you do that, you're in a place where it can be sustainable. And the only thing that stops some people from getting there is this. And that's where you get with a coach, someone that can help you with accountability. And eventually that switch will happen. Eventually you'll flip, and you'll flip to that place where you're off and running and you're rocking and rolling. Okay. Any questions while you guys got me here? Let me see. Somebody's on there and there's Linda Jackson, who is the epitome. Linda is the epitome of a client who is now a coach, who was insulin resistant at an extremely high level. And now she's not. She had a whole bunch of challenges going on, and this woman took control. And I was lucky to be her coach. And now she's a coach. Wow. Thank you, Linda, for being there. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. All right, you guys. Hey, happy Friday. If you're new to Diet for Your Life, you know what? Start with the 8-week fat loss challenge. Okay. It starts on Monday, and you will learn all about the methodology. You'll have the built-in accountability. It'll be fun because we have many challenges inside. And for those of you who did our last challenge, I've made a couple of adjustments to it. You know, for the most part, it's the same. The big difference is that if you did the last challenge, that means that you're more fit. And you know what I'm talking about, the daily 10 that we do. Start around where you were in the beginning and then build from there. So if you already got a routine, you don't have to do what everybody who's new to the challenge are doing. Do what you know you can do. And then throughout the challenge, we're going to become even stronger. Okay. I hope that makes sense. And if it doesn't, just email me, email Lori, reach out to a coach that you know, and they can help you out and give you clarity so that you can maximize. All right. So we got to go. We got to go. Thank you very much, you guys. Love you, appreciate you, and look forward to being an asset to you so that you can live your best and healthiest life. Okay. It's been fun. I'll keep talking about metabolic health and how you can maximize fat burn. You know, even if you're not in the challenge, if you catch me on here, I'll be sharing some nuggets. Okay. So over the 8-week fat loss challenge, I'll be sharing some really cool things that can help anybody, no matter where you are. All right. I'm out of here. Until the next one, peace, love. And again, I share because I care. Got to go.